Hello everybody, happy Monday. Not live, well, and not dead either, so that's good. But we are recording this on Monday the 2nd or 3rd, I think. I can't believe I can't. Just time's flying so fast. Somebody, puts up on, is it Kimmel that does it? And since he's on vacation, maybe I'll do it. Where they put on all the newscasters saying, I can't believe it's this date already. And I'm thinking to myself, I can't believe it's 2026 already. I'm like, phew. If you could go back in time, what would be the favorite year? I think mine would probably be after I figured out that I was okay. Wait a minute. I still might not have gotten to that point yet. But you know how, so in high school, it was really challenging. And after high school, can't remember a lot of it. We'll just leave it at that. And then when I started remembering, so I think it was when I was in between the ages of 23 to 26. I think those were my ages that where I was going, okay, I think I got a handle on this. Not to say I always had a good grip on it, but All right, so I want to look at two things. Okay, three things. Say hello to Psychic Duck first. Hello, everybody. Happy August. Happy August. All right, so can you believe it's August? Oh, yeah. I want to look at the month of August for us normal people. Okay. Abby normal people. And then I want to look at the month of August in the political stream of things. And I think it's important to look at that, not to absorb it. And so this month I'm really going to try not to absorb. We'll see how far that goes. The very first card that flew out of the deck when I grabbed this is solar consciousness. And I went, well, that's saying a lot. There is something going on with the solar flares, the solar awareness of things. Thank you. Dropping back into that Egyptian journey, dropping in under the Sphinx. On Sunday, it was kind of a surprise that showed up so clearly. The very first card was Journey to, and then the end was to the Sphinx and the pyramids. And I'm like, damn. I mean, that's like hitting me over the head with a 2x4. Okay, I'm going to go do that. So last night I did jump into that energy. And it's interesting because I like to do the shamanic type journey with the drum. And it was one of the first ways that got me to there, right? From here to there. But you don't necessarily need to have that journey. It's just a way to get from here to there. As we get more practiced in this, we just go there. Just whoop, I'm there. So last night, I'm going, okay, let's do that little journey. And before I could even say journey, I was there. And I'm like, whoa. And in that journey, there was solar consciousness. So maybe it's still hanging on. Maybe. I pulled out my Egyptian cartouche cards. And I go, I know so little about Egypt. And I got a couple of cards that said, hey, pay attention to the solar consciousness. So somebody else said something about sleeping a lot. And I think that there is this energy that's shaken us up so hard that it does make us, it's important for us to take care of ourselves and to not ignore that we are moving through this shift. And sometimes we can go a day, and go, like when we were in our 20s. But it feels like with this energy that we are absorbing, that we are paying attention to. I wonder, during the 20s, when we were just go, did we have a block so that we couldn't feel that energy coming in? And now that we're a little more wiser, we get to feel it. We get to absorb it a little bit. And again, I go back to the observe and not absorb. So some things you got to absorb. Some things there needs to be some protection to. Always there is the protection that needs to come into play. And as I look on my table, I have a ton of protections. All right, I'm yickety yakety. Let's go. I'm really pissed at Lori, the Way of Positive Change. Oh, man. She keeps putting up these short videos. How does she do it? So I ask her, nothing. She doesn't tell me. She just lets me ramble on and on and on and on. All right. The energies for our higher selves for the month of August. I'm going to use two different decks. The energies for the month of August with the Galactic Heritage. And I like this deck because it gives us like a roadmap in a way. It gives us a starting point from consciousness. And as we separate from consciousness, we go back and figure out how to live as this fragment of, and then go back to unity consciousness. All right. Well, this is a good card. We get common ground. Let me drop this down. You can see what I throw out. So we have common ground. This is, and they have past, present, future, and parallel time streams. And the parallel time streams, it feels like that's what past, present, future is. It can be in a sphere. But as we humans think of it, it's linear. And this card just lets us know, hey, it's not that linear. So we have this common ground energy that is permeating our Augusts. And we have alienness, non-humanoid. Okay, again, parallel. So we have these two energies that are affecting us, not in time, but out of time. Common ground and alienness. And in the past, we had this blind enthusiasm. So what is that we were so enthusiastic about that we ignored everything else? What is that? And we see this today in a lot of different ways, where the cause is all that is important to us, and then we ignore a lot of this other stuff. So I'm not sure what that means yet in this common ground, alienness, blind enthusiasm. I'm feeling that this is more of a balancing, that we're going to come to a balancing of this. Well, thank you. Yes, we're going to graduate from it. But that's in the future. All right, so let me get this in. This drops into a vortex here. Desperation, past, 33. Desperation, and this goes like almost hand in hand with blind enthusiasm, right? It feels like they're the same cards, only on the opposite end of the spectrum. Okay, and then as we go into saving humanity, the serious energy of the past, this is very serious, saving humanity. What part of humanity do we want to save? Well, it's got to be the common ground humanity, for me. And homing beacon, 71, Vega future. So as we drop into this energy for August, as I look at this, and one of the cool things with this deck is that because it is a non-linear deck, even though it goes from 1 to 108, you can rearrange these cards in how you think they should be. And actually, I'm kind of okay with how this is. If anything, I would just shift desperation down next to blind enthusiasm, and then we graduate from that. We save humanity, and there is a homing beacon. We can shift this around because that homing beacon, it's attaching to it. I mean, it's attracting us. We're hearing it. And what is the homing beacon letting us hear? Which is our unity consciousness of common ground. So I do like that the common ground was the first one and the homing beacon was the last one. It makes sense. It brings it into a circle for me. So what does this say about the month of August? That we are finding common ground. We are feeling the alienness in the desperation of some of our blind enthusiasm of what we think is right, how we're going to save humanity. And the thing is, the only way that we can save humanity is by completing the cycle and going back to unity consciousness. That's the common ground of it. Okay, y'all got that? Okay. How do we get there? How do we get there? I'm going to keep with this for 3 cards. How do we get to that common ground? How do we get to that common ground place? Protectiveness, shamanic journey, and secrecy. Okay, I'm going to drop this down a little bit because this is kind of interesting. We have protectiveness, which is like this little separation. I'm going to protect you. I'm going to keep you separate from the rest. I'm going to, and sometimes that's a good thing, sometimes that's a bad thing, right? Sometimes you're not allowing the protected thing, person, soul, object to experience everything that it should. And then the secrecy card, which is Sirius. Again, we have Lyra, Lion, Sirius, and I'm going back to that Lionsgate portal energy. So with this secrecy, the Syrians had to oftentimes act in secret from their mysticism traits. So there is something we have to do this in secret. So it's really not a common ground. And so again, what I'm getting is the shamanic journey to tap into the Lyran, the cat, and the Sirius. And to me, that goes back to Egypt. So, all right. Let's take a look at the fifth element card and see where that is going for the month of August. Ooh, I'm going to be reading these reversed too. I just saw that one of them was reversed, so I will be reading these right side up, upside down, inside out. So, oh, now that. I just messed that all up. Hang on. Okay, fixed. Got to be careful what you wish for. Upside down, right side up, inside out, and I got them inside out. Okay. Right, that's still going to mess them up. What's the matter with me? It's like I don't know how to shuffle. Okay, month of August. For the fifth element. Tapping into the ethers, tapping into our awareness with the solar flares, with our changes, our earth changes, our physical changes. What do we need to know in the month of August? The Seeker of Fire. All right, so the Seeker, and this is not like a normal tarot deck. There's 5 suits here. The ether suit is the one of Lotus. So here we have the elements of fire. This is the Wands energy, and it is also the Seeker is the Page. Okay, so it's a pretty cool looking card, I must say. I do like it. A lot of dragon energy, fire, passion, but this is reversed. So it feels like we've got all the information that we need. I'm just going to do a V for us down here. And the next we get the Apprentice of Feathers. Now, the way that these court cards work is they start off with the Seeker, they go to the Initiative, the Initiate, then Apprentice, Queen, and then the Elementor, the King. So this would be like the Queen, but it's in steps of knowledge, progress of knowledge. So we have the Page of Wands, we have the Queen of Air, and this feels like the tornado, the whirlwind, is subsiding. And this is for us spiritually, mentally, trying to get all this stuff of this new energy. Does that make sense? I don't know. And then we get the 10 of Lotus, and again, it's negative. It's reversed. So it's not. The energy is not flowing. This enlightenment energy is not flowing 100%. But when I look at this card, it feels like the crystals are shining down energy to this sphere. So even though it's reversed, it still feels like there's a lot of energy coming through. We have the Three of Lotus. As we progress, we are getting more information, and we are realizing that we are not singular beings, but multi-beings. And the next card we get is the Five of Feathers, Joy, reversed. So in this, and this doesn't look reversed to me, right? Except the writing is reversed, because you can hold it this way. It's the same as this way. So when I first pulled this card and I said reversed, it's like, are we always seeking joy, and that is what we need to seek? Or is it a balance of? And I think it's the balance of finding joy. And it's not like ecstatic all the time, but it's a balance. And then the last card we get is Six of Fire, Inspiration. And it is reversed. So what are we doing to stop the flow of inspiration in this month of August? What are we doing to stop the flow? I'm going to use my Osho Zen Tarot to drop us into that space. What is it that we need to do to kickstart and allow that inspirational flow to go forward? Nothing. Nothing. Do nothing. Okay. I don't know what to say anymore. The card said nothing. It said nothingness. What do we need to do to start the flow? To me, this is dropping into the void, dropping into nothing is, it's not good, it's not bad, and just dropping into this space of maybe turning off the news, dropping into the shamanic journey, to the meditation of nothingness. Okay, I think that's it. I think I'm going to put this up on my non-political channel because it went a little long. Thank you for watching. Yay, peace and love.